Hey y'all, welcome back everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another great episode of the Leopard Chair with LaKesa. Today we're going to delve into a topic that many of us may find a bit challenging: overcoming trust issues after divorce. Now we all know that trust is the foundation of any relationship, and when that trust is shattered, it can leave lasting scars if you let it. But fear not, y'all, because today on the Leopard Chair, we're going to discuss some strategies. We love strategies for rebuilding trust. But instead of solely focusing on external actions, we're going to delve deep into the power of using our thoughts, words, and perspectives in rebuilding trust within ourselves and in future relationships. Now, when I was going through a divorce, there were hurdles that I encountered with rebuilding those trust issues that I had. And I'm not sure if any of you experienced any of the same hurdles that I did. But in hindsight, I realized that I had to overcome these top 3 hurdles if I ever wanted to overcome my trust issues after divorce. Those 3 hurdles were emotional baggage, fear of repeating the same mistakes, and lack of self-trust. Let's take a look at that first baggage, emotional baggage. The first hurdle that I had to overcome. Now, when you leave a relationship, you have to leave the baggage that is attached to that relationship. That baggage is full of feelings of betrayal, insecurity, fear, and other emotional baggage. These emotions can leave you in a place where you will never trust others again if you carry this baggage with you. Now, God commands us in the scripture to forget the former things. Don't dwell on the past. We see that in Isaiah 43 and 18. Why do you think the Lord is advising us to not dwell on our past? Because He doesn't want us to be stuck in our hurt place. And He wants to do something new in our life. When we bring emotional baggage from one chapter of our life into a whole new chapter of our life, it hinders our ability to trust again. I want to encourage you to put your trust in God and not in human. When you trust God, then this is a surefire way of overcoming trust issues after divorce. Another hurdle that I had to overcome was the fear of repeating past mistakes again. Listen, take it from someone who has experienced divorce multiple times, and I am not proud of it, but I want to share with you that I was so afraid of repeating past mistakes that I actually continued to repeat my past mistakes. This fear manifested in ways unimaginable. It caused me to be so afraid to share my feelings. I struggled to get close to others, and I was extra watchful for any red flags that someone could possibly hurt me again. Can you relate to what I was feeling? To address my fear of repeating past mistakes, it took me a while, y'all, but I finally decided to turn my fears over to the ultimate fear handler, and that's God. He specializes in turning fears into fortitudes. In fact, His word says that he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I had to tell the Lord, hey, you're my fortress. I am not going to rely on my own trust. I'm going to rely on you. So what I learned was that I did not have to live in the fear of repeating my past mistakes, because when I dwelled in the shelter of the Most High, He would guide me and provide supernatural wisdom that will cause me to avoid certain thirst traps or to go down wrong paths. Again, I had to put my trust in God this time around, and I want to encourage you to do the same. The final hurdle that I had to overcome was the lack of self-trust hurdle. Y'all, oftentimes a divorce can cause you to lose trust in your own judgment and your own instincts. And as a recent divorcee, I struggle to trust myself with making wise choices. In relationships, I was very indecisive, second guessing myself all of the time. I had an overall sense of uncertainty about my own abilities to make wise decisions. This is why I had to constantly repeat Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Y'all know what it says. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. I had had enough of trying to direct my own path. It was the lean not to your own understanding part that I struggled with. My own understanding had me putting my guards up, living out the manifestations of my fears, and making healthy choices. Can anybody relate? Building up my self-trust only happened when I began to build my trust in God. The two worked hand in hand. The more I began to trust God, the more I began to trust in the wisdom that he placed inside of me to make good, sound decisions. I want to encourage you to put your trust in God. So, how did I overcome my trust issues after divorce? I had to get a grip on my thoughts, words, and perspectives. Those three pillars are the pillars of every single tip that I share with you here on the Leopard Chair. So here are a few practical tips. Let's start with your thoughts. After a divorce, it's natural, y'all, to experience a whirlwind of emotions. I know that I did. Everything from doubt to resentment. However, by consciously choosing to cultivate thoughts of self-compassion, forgiveness, and resilience, we can lay the groundwork for healing and trust to begin. So here are some practical steps to take with your thoughts. I want you to challenge those negative beliefs. Identify and challenge any negative beliefs or assumptions about yourself, about relationships, and about the whole idea of trust. Replace those negative thoughts with thoughts that promote self-worth, resilience, and even optimism. Consider focusing on cultivating a positive mindset, and most importantly, if you don't hear me say anything else, refrain from rehearsing your past experiences. Remuneration will send you into a downward spiral, and you will never, ever trust again. Now, let's deal with our words. Words hold immense power that can either uplift or undermine our sense of trust. Now, that's worth repeating again. Words can either uplift or undermine your sense of trust. And in the aftermath of divorce, it is essential to use our words wisely, not just our internal words, but our external forms of communication as well. So instead of dwelling on past grievances and speaking words out of our mouth that are not positive, I want to encourage you to release positive words. Say things like, I'm going to allow God to handle my fears, or I trust my ability to make sound decisions because I trust the God that I serve. He leads and guides my decision-making abilities. Here's a practical step when it comes to using your words. Communicate openly. Practice open and honest communication with yourself and others about your feelings, your needs, and definitely your boundaries. It's okay to express any concerns or fears related to trust in a constructive or respectful manner. And finally, let's address our perspectives. Shifting our perspective is the key to transcending trust issues. This shift really helped me. You see, every challenge that we face in life is an invitation to deepen our understanding of ourselves and our desires. This ultimately paves the way for more authentic feelings, more connections with ourselves and who we are. So here's a practical step to take when it comes to your perspective. Consider reframing the way you think about your divorce. Try to see it as an opportunity for self-growth, self-discovery, rather than seeing it as failure or betrayal. When we focus on these lessons, we gain strength. This helps us to navigate the challenges of divorce. And most importantly, release any resentment or bitterness that you may be holding on to towards your ex or even yourself. Please understand that forgiveness is a gift that you give to yourself. This gift of forgiveness allows you to move forward with greater peace and freedom. And there's nothing greater in this world than peace of mind. Remember, rebuilding trust is going to take time. You got to have patience, but you have to put forth the effort by getting a grip on your thoughts, on your words, and your perspectives. You can overcome those trust issues after divorce, and you can find happiness and fulfillment in future relationships. I know I did. When I overcame those hurdles and addressed my trust issues by dealing with my thoughts, my words, and my perspectives, I was able to open the door to a beautiful relationship that turned into a healthy marriage. And I'm so grateful to God for that. This concludes the episode today. I want to thank you deeply for tuning into the Leopard Chair with LaKesa. If you found that this video was helpful, don't forget to like, tag, share, subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And you can follow me for more additional content throughout the week on Instagram at snow_leopards_leap. And as always, you know what I want you to do. Until next time, leap, leap, leap.